maybe I don't. I usually do not comment on developments that are taking place in any other part of the kingdom in terms of condemning people even before they have gotten their day in court. I think, though, it kind of raises eyebrows when a former chief of police who came here and made some very strong remarks about the government and by extension the people of St. Martin, creating the impression to some extent that it's one cesspool of corruption, and then that very same person is under investigation. Being under investigation does not mean that one is guilty, so I will not go further into it other than to say it was kind of shocking to me to see that one who has been accusing everybody else of corruption today is being accused of fraud and misappropriation of funds. On the other hand, one can say, well, at least the system there is working, that if you have a rotten apple in between, that they're not afraid to take that rotten apple out and deal with him or her. So interesting would now be the outcome of the case. So until such time, I shall not, go into whether he is innocent or not.
GEBE has been faithfully serving the communities of St. Martin, powering your home and our economy. Come rain or shine, our qualified team of professionals are working hard 24 hours a day to provide you and your family with safe, reliable electricity and water. We use the latest technologies and test our products daily to maintain the highest international standards. Our friendly staff is always there to assist you, whether in person, over the phone, or online. We are committed to constantly improving our products and services, making them more efficient, effective, and environmentally friendly to serve you better today and our next generation of clients tomorrow. GEBE, powering a brighter future.
Our friend Megawati is here with tips to save you energy. 1. Turn your airco temperature up. 2. Use a ceiling fan instead. 3. Buy energy-saving products. Save some green with NVGEB.
Life is a journey full of connections. You're in safe hands even when life starts too soon. You don't have to miss a single beat. When a bad hair day makes you sad, just sharing can bring you joy and more to come. They take the plunge, turn fear into faith, while you capture those beautiful moments. In the game of life, it's family that counts. They'll be there even when you lose. We all have our moments of reflection and hope. And when you feel you're losing everything in life, we're there because there's more to come. When life starts too soon, you don't have to miss a single beat. We're here to connect you and share life. Telcel, when you want more.
For example, we would take, Middle Region, Dutch Quarter, Cold Bay, St. Peter's, Saunders, etc. as priority areas for load shedding. Of late, because the install capacity at night was still not sufficient, we were also load shedding in the town area as well too, to maintain the shared load shedding schedule to the whole island. What can cause the engine to go down? We have engines running. This is one engine, for example, with several different sensors. The sensors read pressure, temperatures, etc. On one engine, I have up to 50 sensors on one engine. So if something goes wrong, exhaust temperature is too high, we can try to reduce the output of the engine to maintain it still until we're able to stop the engine to repair it. But something that goes to the trip value, and it goes automatically. Once this value reaches here, the computer sends a signal to the engine, shut it down, engine shut down, the switch opens up, the grid get upset, the frequency, the voltage is upset then, automatically some switches open up as well too to stabilize the whole operation. If we don't do that, it will lead to a total blackout. So that's why we have to shed load to avoid a total blackout. It's easier to restore from load shedding than from a blackout. So this is some sensors on the engine. Besides the sensors, you have moving parts in the engine. You have pistons, you have connecting rods, you have rocker arms, etc. These parts wear as well too over the years. And most of the parts are internal in the engine. You cannot see the condition during operation. Of late, we have last Friday and Sunday evening, we had a piston ring failure, whereby the piston ring broke internally. Only at that point in time, we could inspect after, is what the problem was. And then it takes time to get a repair as well too. So that causes some short of power. It took us that long to restore. What is crucial to know that, again, the environment the workers are working in is not always the best, but at times we cannot do better. And on the same point, I want to also thank our workers for going the extra mile, for getting our equipment back up online as soon as possible. Normally, a repair can take about 10 to 12 hours. We have crews working from around the clock, and it's done within 6 hours' time, which is a record time, pretty much. The future plans we have right now to avoid going back to so much load shedding and outages. I mentioned before we purchased number 20, when we hit December. We're going to expand our fuel storage system. Our fire protection system we upgraded as well too. We have great consideration for hurricanes period. We're going to air cool. We're up to 49 megawatt air cool right now, with engine number 20 online coming. We're looking at solar as well too. We're looking to reduce the cost of energy by going to LNG, it's a cheaper fuel, and also purchase of land for expansion. Because in K-Bay, you may have noticed, it's quite dense. They have around GB, there's not much room for expansion. Some of the challenges at present is land for expansion, phasing out the old equipment with new old equipment. Wind energy is a challenge, and the road in between the power plant is also a challenge for us, because we cannot work properly, and security, etc., is a challenge for us in the power plant.
When you have a power failure, right, based on the amount of engines that you have running, if you lose an engine, it does not go automatically. So you don't get other engines that start up automatically. They have to be started manually. So that's why once you have a power failure, based on your existing engines that you have running, you will get certain districts will fall out. It's important to know that. Also, Mr. Chittick mentioned the future expansion. So we have an engine coming online based on December, the end of this year, most probably, once the shipping takes place and all the logistics go good. And we are starting the discussion on purchasing another engine to be delivered mid-2017. That would be another 11.5 megawatt. Once we get approval of the process by supervisory board and by the shareholder, right, that we can purchase that engine. That would then give the company a more stable basis in terms of its base load of 11 megawatt, 11.5 megawatt engines. That would give us then a total of how many? Six engines.
6 engines right now base load. When the two come online, 2016, 2017, maybe 8 engines.
would be 8 engines of more or less 11.5 megawatts per engine, and that would then give us the stability that we need, that they can then start to phase out the older engines, because a lot of talk has been ongoing about waste to energy and solar energy. But I think you can conclude that while you're looking at waste to energy and solar energy, on St. Martin, we will need to replace those older engines that we have, and we need to create that base load permanent, and then once you get solar energy and waste to energy online, it's going to be in addition to. I think it's important to mention those two things.
Oh my, what an inventory list, and so unnecessary. But wait, your home contents are all insured by Be Sure. That means that you determine the amount you want to insure. No inventory list, no hassle.
Are you Be Sure? Be Sure.
Bob, I can understand why you're parking so carefully. Of course, when you can get 80% discount on your Be Sure car insurance. But that's overdoing it, Bob.
Are you Be Sure? Be Sure.
Yeah!
Here we go. This is freedom, this is life. Happiness is all I'm seeking. Carpe diem, I'm seizing every day, not just the weekend. Here's to all the good times that have come to last. Here's to living in the now.
When you can afford what you crave, life just gets so
So
good.
alive and I'm feeling good, so good, so good, so good. Hey, I'm gonna live my life, feeling good, so good, real good, so
KFC, so good for everyone.
These are the doors that never close. These are the hands that make a difference. These are the walls that could tell countless stories of helping and healing, of storms weathered, of change and growth, of a place where life begins, where hearts are mended, and where hope grows stronger. For more than a quarter of a century, the physicians, medical professionals, and staff of St. Martin Medical Center have combined advanced medical technology and compassionate care to bring a world of medicine to our friends, neighbors, and visitors to the island of St. Martin we all call home. As proud as we are of what we have accomplished, we believe there is still much work to do to continue a proud tradition of providing everyone in our community with the latest technology, the best medicine, and the most exceptional care. St. Martin Medical Center, celebrating 25 years of serving, caring, healing.
Everyone knows, and I'm glad that you have asked me that question, BB, concerning my legal issue, because this is something that's been going on for 4 years now. And not one moment in those 4 years have the press contacted me to ask me my opinion. And so it is refreshing that after 4 years, I finally get asked a question on that, besides all what has been written in the papers without my input. The case is what it is. It is in the hands of the courts now. It is something that I'm not worried about. It is something that my lawyers have advised me to don't lose sleep on. And so, you know, I would have wished that 4 years ago that my case would have been dealt with. But I am not the prosecutor, I am not the justice system. And so, I'm sure that they have many more important issues to deal with, and that is why it has taken so long. But as everyone knows, my case has been postponed several times, coincidentally or not. And so, I will be touching a little bit about it more, not too much into detail, as I have spoken to my lawyer, and I'm sure if you tune in tomorrow morning on Lady Grace 102.7, maybe you'll hear a little bit more. Concerning the other issue, you must understand a couple of things, Ms. Shaw. I was 31 when I came into politics. You have 3 dimensions of the political system. You have the first dimension of what you think can be done or should be done when you're on the outside. When you finally get a chance to get in, your whole idea of what you really thought it was isn't really what you thought it was. And so you either have to adjust, understand now that you've been watching the games on television, but when you're actually in the arena, the feeling is totally different. And there's another element to it, the other element that I have been fortunate enough to step back after 4 years. And so now I have a different perspective of it being out now. And so, my story, my position in Parliament has always been clear. I have always stood on the side of the poor, the downtrodden, those who feel that their positions have been trampled on. And so when you are part of a structure that doesn't have that level of care that you have, it is very difficult. And so I have made my statements in the past in the press, I've made my statements in the past on the floor of Parliament in particular, on the way that I feel on the issue of my former party members. And so I think my statement and my position where that is concerned is very clear. And so I will leave it as that.
The law is very clear on vote buying. The law is very clear explicitly, and I think it was unjust that the press made it sound as if Chicken Leg and Johnny Cake was buying a vote. It is not like that. And there's where we need to educate the population. It can only be vote buying if I offer you something to vote for me. And I tell you I want you to vote for me. And that is where the frustration comes in this country, is because the information that needs to go out to the public is not going out correctly. And the minister was very clear on the law of vote buying. Vote buying takes 2 people. It takes an individual asking someone that are going to give you something for your vote in order to get something. But if I give someone freely and didn't ask them for anything, it is not vote buying. It is absolute, and the law states it very clear. So I think the media too needs to go and research and do their research on the law and inform the public. Because we as members of Parliament are the ones who are scrutinized more than anything else. But I do believe that the information needs to be very clear. It's not about a chicken leg and John. That sounds good to sell the newspaper. Because everybody puts on all sorts of events. Recently, they had 2 political parties put on an event raising money for election. Is that vote buying? Did people went and give them money because they're buying their vote to support? No, it's not. You have to ask that individual by offering them a chicken leg and Johnny Cake to vote for them. That is vote buying. But if I offer you a chicken leg and Johnny Cake and I give you a drink, that is not vote buying. Because I didn't ask you for anything. I offered you. That's what it is.
Viewing the cultural aspect for St. Martin, basically, legislation would have to be cleared or probably rewritten in order for it to be for St. Martin. Would you all be...
The legislation is very clear, Mr. Paul.
I understand that.
What more clearer than that do you want?
The whole thing is that the Minister of Justice is saying that it can be interpreted, chicken leg and johnny cake can be interpreted as vote buying if you do not understand. That's why you are.
That is exactly what I just said to you. It can only be interpreted if I tell you that I want you to vote for me and I'm going to give you a chicken leg and johnny cake.
That's what I'm trying.
But the law is very clear.
Exactly. So that means it would not be touched basically, according to your
As long as I don't tell someone I am giving you something and you got to vote for me, as long as it's not like that. And it takes someone, more than one, to come and say that I buy their vote. I think it's unfortunate that they make a mess out of it in the last meeting of Parliament, because there was a clear vote buying by the UP party in 2010, if I'm not mistaken, or 2014. When the police officers went up there and got envelope where it pertains to vote buying, it was very clear, because they said they got money for vote buying, to vote for the individual. It was very clear. And I think what we saw now is a muddying of the water to confuse the people. Let's not confuse the people. Let's not make it sound as if a chicken leg and johnny cake is a vote buy-in. It's one of our national dish. Let's not tarnish it. Let's not tarnish it. You understand? Let's not tarnish it.
It's been said that behind every door, possibility awaits. How much possibility depends on which door you open first. Every day, we help our customers discover the possibilities in their lives. It all starts with a conversation. Scotiabank. Discover what's possible.
If you have driven by or paid attention, you would notice two things that is taking place on the outside. The wall, construction on the wall has already started. Presently, the wall on the southern side of the building, which is the side of the pond with the mangroves, the wall there has started. The intention is that we have a wall on the left and the right of the building and at the front of the building, as was shown on the photos several weeks ago, the artist rendition actually. And the contractor has indicated that it would take like 13 weeks from start to finish. They have started over a week ago, and one can say, well, it would take them another 12 weeks. You know, you're looking at 3 months. It does not mean that moving in cannot take place because the wall is not completed. We have given notice for the Ministry of General Affairs, the buildings that Ministry of General Affairs is occupying outside of the present administration building, such as Personnel Affairs on Back Street, Facilities Management. Those departments, we have given notice to the landlords that as of August 31st, we will terminate the lease agreement that we have with them so that they would be moving out by the 31st. The Council of Ministers will be the first to move to the new building, and the Ministry of General Affairs would be the first ministry as well to have the rest of its offices that are move to the building. Work is being done on the outside. As I said, the wall is under construction, but also the parking, they have started, the contractor have started paving the parking, putting asphalt onto the ground. It would be good, probably if we organize a tour with the media so that you can take a first-hand look at what is taking place. One would figure, seeing a building there for the past 8 years, one would figure it was something ready to move in. No, there's a lot of work still that had to be done. The inside changes, the partitions that we had to make changes to and put up, they are practically finished. The cabling that had to be done over, that too is a work almost completed. Air conditioners are working, elevators are working, light and electricity and water are connected. Tiles have been ordered for the entrance on the outside and the entrance on the inside, plus tiles have been ordered for the walkway from the road to the building for those who are walking from the street to the building. And all of this will be completed hopefully by the end of August. So it is a work in progress. We are happy with the progress that is being made, and we look forward to, in the weeks ahead, to welcome you at the opening. But in days to come, sometime probably next week, I will invite members of the media to take a tour and see the developments that are taking place.